Welcome to Extra Time, an eventful show, I think, to say the least.
Why do you say that?
There is a running, of course, theme on Extra Time. Food very much dominates. Gab Marcotti and his bossiness when it comes to food. For example, when we went out with him, he wouldn't let us order from the menu. So the question to you, Matteo, is do you order off the menu when you go out?
It is ridiculous to order off menu because if it was that good, they should be on the menu, right? Why would a restaurant save a dish only for Gab Marcotti if it's so good and not let anyone else have it? It doesn't make sense from a business standpoint, so I always order on menu.
Gab.
Can I explain that?
Yes.
Because, Matteo, when you go to a restaurant that's clearly geared towards tourists in Milan, the city you might not be very familiar with, where they have one of those menus that, well, because I didn't pick it. It was late, we're there, and we're clearly the guy. It's a kind of place, it's a kind of trattoria where the guy tells you what they have that day and they order it. And for the gringos and the tourists who wander in, they have this menu which, you guys were there, you remember what it looked like? It looked like it was falling apart. And it's all misspelled and in different languages, just about as pictures. Why would you want to order off that menu? I'm not suggesting that if you go to a Michelin-starred restaurant, you shouldn't order. You should order off the menu.
Yeah, but it sounds to me like you're ordering the day specials, which are off menu technically, but still listed as the day specials, no?
the day special. This isn't TGI Fridays.
You said the day specials. You said the chef at the day specials. I'm repeating what you said, Gab.
He doesn't put them up on a board. The guy just talks to you. He tells you what they have, what they recommend. And then in there, like, he's sitting there, you don't sit there trying to read some dusty menu and order some frozen lasagna, which was clearly made 6 months ago. Come on now. You want to do that, go right ahead.
Would you ever eat lasagna out?
Of course I would eat lasagna.
Oh, it's
Why would I eat lasagna?
Gab hates it when you
It's because I know where to eat lasagna, and I know the real Italian places in my hometown of Miami where they make very good lasagna. I don't go to some. He'll say he didn't pick the restaurant. He went to what was it, Applebee's or something in Milan. Great, Gab.
Gab says you're not allowed to order lasagna.
This is another fabricated rule that I'm just not
do
buying.
what
I'm
you
not putting any
like.
stock in that.
All right, listen. It takes time to make lasagna. If you order lasagna, most likely it's not made fresh. It's from frozen.
I can make it in a time where I'd be
That's why
happy to
most
wait.
normal people make their lasagna at home. Not
or
that
they
difficult.
can make it in the morning, like a very good
Go
restaurant,
ahead,
which, by the way, Alessandro Nesta goes to every day in Miami. And they make lasagna fresh in the morning, stays fresh all day, and it's very good.
Yeah, they make
How
it
about
for
that,
him.
Gab Marcotti?
Alessandro Nesta, come on.
If I ever find myself out with Matteo and Gab, burger and fries, please.
Out of principle now.
Yes,
Out of
well
principle.
done.
I'm not picky, he's picky.
Is your burger on the menu?
Why couldn't VAR be used, Shaq, to give Sergio Ramos a red card for intentionally elbowing Messi in the face? Did you think it should have been a red card?
I think it should have been a red card.
Really?
Well, could have been.
Oh, you've seen him back down.
Well, you see, I
What if I say really again?
I can see why somebody looking at that says otherwise. So I don't. I mean, as much as they have VAR in La Liga, in that incident, I wouldn't expect somebody to step in.
Hey?
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah, I think Ramos also, it's his reputation, right? I mean,
You can't send someone off because they're an idiot.
I think you should. Idiot.
No, his reputation precedes himself, right? So the minute, anytime he goes like this, there's no benefit of the doubt for me with him. It's like, that's intentional.
Yeah.
But that wasn't as egregious as he was on Mo Salah.
Right, you bring that up with your Liverpool ways.
Just saying, it wasn't as bad as that.
Gab, what do you think about this?
Well, I think the threshold is pretty high in this situation because what would have happened here is, I mean, if they followed protocol, the VAR would have looked at it and he would have had to say, you know what? The referee made a clear and obvious mistake, and unless he did that, I can't have him take a look at it. He probably spoke to the referee and say, hey, did you see Ramos whack Lionel Messi? To which the referee would say, yeah, I saw it. I didn't think there was anything there. Once the referee says he's seen it, then the VAR has to conclude that it's clearly and obviously a red card because obviously there's no VAR intervention for yellow cards. So that's a pretty high threshold, and I can only assume that that's why it didn't get to that point.
When will refereeing standards improve?
As long as you have
Trust me.
humans, you're always going to have human mistakes, right? Even with VAR.
Yeah. Shaka, you're in charge of this, IFAB.
I'm in charge of this.
You're involved in it.
Referees are doing...
Isn't there an IFAB meeting this week? Why aren't you there?
Because I'm not on the board. I'm on an advisory panel. Anything else?
Kate, how does the US women's national team stack up against the team of 4 years ago? Will we see a repeat?
Ooh, as of right now, I would say 2018 U.S. Women's National Team. They were in such good form. They had Lindsay Horan that was playing incredible. So I would
As
say
we're recording this, they're playing England, yes?
they're playing England and they're
what's the
losing
score, Kate?
3-1 right now to
3-1.
England. You know what?
To who?
Lots of injuries. Horan to England, to the Lionesses. But here's the thing, is they still have a couple of months to figure it out. And I'd rather have every single weakness that they're showing, and they're showing quite a bit in the back right now, that they have time to fix it. But right now, this team is not as good as it was 6 months ago.
That is very...
So hopefully,
you prefer them to be terrible now?
structured and middle of the road.
Yeah.
I would always prefer to be found out early
Right.
before a tournament than when you get into a tournament.
The final question takes us back to food. And it's an Italian food question. Gab, what should I have for breakfast tomorrow morning? I'm thinking Italian cuisine, but what? Do Italians eat eggs or cereal or porridge? What is your staple Italian breakfast?
Well, it varies completely from region to region. If you're from the Veneto region, you normally have a little glass of white wine with in the morning. Those aren't my people. I don't do that. I think generally you
have
would
a
normally
pint of red
have
wine.
some biscuits with. you would have some biscuits, or perhaps if you're in Rome, you might have a cornetto, which is a relative of the croissant. You generally have stuff like that for breakfast.
Can I weigh on this? So
I'm sure Matteo will tell us what
Milan.
Italians in Miami have. Probably
And I can tell you what Italians in
What does
Milan
Nesta
have.
have for breakfast?
I can actually tell you that as well, since he always goes to the same place. What I had, Gab, before you eviscerate me on this. Listen to this. Bread, jelly spread all over it, dipped in coffee. Perfect breakfast for me.
Not toast.
Toasted, no, toast. So a toasted bread with
Right.
jelly dipped in coffee.
Okay.
That's my staple
You have to
breakfast.
dip it.
Because it tastes great. You have to try it.
It's like all moist then.
That's the point of it. It's just the flavors go hand in
I didn't hear
hand.
about
Perfect.
this.
Perfect. Gab will back me up on this.
Why do you toast it?
It's
then?
called dunking, Shaka. It's pretty. Just the dunking.
You dunk a
bread or
donut. You don't
biscuits
dunk
or
your bread and
in-
your toast
into a
and
hot
your
liquid
jam.
is pretty
No,
standard.
but you toast it first.
Yes.
So you make it.
So it can
already
withstand.
soft.
Yeah, so it can
Then you make it
withstand.
hard.
It
Yes.
can't
But it can
can't
withstand. It
dunking
can
in
withstand
coffee.
the moisture.
What kind of toast do you have?
As you lift it up, it doesn't crumble. It's
Yeah.
perfect. Trust me. Just trust me on this one. Go home and try.
And people say we don't deal with the real issues in soccer in this show. Eh? Should you dunk your
Life
toasted,
issues.
jellied, spreaded,
No, you shouldn't.
Nesta sponsored?
Well,
Yeah,
no,
We've
We're
had
going
enough.
home,
We've had
Gabby,
enough.
go.
That's it.
We're going off with some toasted jam
that
and
was
coffee.
right away
That's
there.
it.
All in a blender.
Me, Kate, and Shaka. Shaka, you back tomorrow?
No.
Me, Kate, and Stevie's here tomorrow. Merseyside derby, isn't it? All right, we'll be talking about that.